What's up guys, Static here, and welcome back to my SkyBlock attempt. I wasn't really sure I was going to do another one of these, but you guys seem to enjoy it so much, and got a lot of positive feedback, so I thought I'd give it another shot. So, yeah, here we are. Now I just need to quickly get this food situation sorted, otherwise I'm going to starve to death. So, this bread's not going to last us for long, but it's better than nothing, I think. Alright. Now there's a lot of little things that I want to address in today's episode. A lot of things that I want to get done. Most of them don't actually have to do with the goals per se. They're things to get us set up for goals later on. And a couple of them, they are little side goals that we've got to complete. But yeah, for the most part, it's just prep work for future goals. Like, for example, expanding the cactus and sugarcane farms, that kind of thing. Now, the cactus farm isn't actually one of the goals, making that. However, I do need a cactus farm to make the cactus green dye, which is one of the goals. So, that's how that fits into it. And I'll be expanding that today, I think. But one thing that I definitely want to work on is, sorry, mouse went spastic there. I'd like to get a house going. So, I've during my downtime, my away time, I've sort of come up with how I'd like to do the house. It's going to take us next to no resources, and it's going to be extremely quick, easy, compact, and I think everyone will agree that it'll satisfy the prerequisites, or the it'll be a house basically. There's going to be no arguing that this thing will be a house. So now, as you can see as well, in the last episode I wasn't playing the 1.9 pre-release, and my water sources stayed as water sources. At the moment they keep converting to ice. So that's something we're going to have to address at some point as well, which is a little bit of a pain, but that's okay. We'll deal with that all in due time. I actually need that block there. It shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. We'll just make ourselves up some charcoal at some point, and yeah, we'll put some torches around them. That should keep them all good. So it's getting dark, so I would actually like to get this house up and running, and I think I might build it here. So this also fulfills one of our other goals as well, so it's two birds with one stone. We're going to make ourselves a giant red mushroom, so that's one of the goals done. We'll also be able to break this to get some red mushrooms. We should be able to anyway. I'm hoping the game doesn't stooge us here. There we go. Alright, cool. Because we do need to make a certain number of mushroom stews as well. I believe it's 10. But I don't have the goals in front of me, so I could be wrong with that. So I was kind of worried that the game wasn't going to give us any mushrooms. Now, we're actually going to be using a red mushroom for our house. So it's kind of fruity, you know, a little bit, yeah, a little bit lame, but it's okay. It's compact, self-contained, and it'll do the job. But I'd like it to be a little bit taller than that one was. Alright, so there we go guys, that's what I was looking for. Nice 2-high mushroom. Now what we need, I'll see if I've got any. I got a little bit of wood. So we are going to use some wood for our base. I just think I'll put wood floors around there like that. I'll be knocking those out, but I need a way to get up. So we'll make a few ladders. One more, just for comfort's sake. Okay, so now we can get up inside our mushroom. Just nice and cozy. I put my bed in the chest, didn't I? Yes. Okay, so I'll take that. Might move the chest and all my goodies up into the house as well. Same with the furnace and the workbench. Try and keep everything in the one place. Now, although I probably will have a bunch of furnaces and stuff out here in like the working area at some point. I could see our mob system is working nicely. Okay. I think we'll put our chest over here, and our crafting table can be our bedside table on this side. And we'll have a how we'll do this. We'll have the furnace here as like a heater or something. Nice and cozy. Alright, so that's our house sorted. Now actually I think we're going to do what we did last time, and we're going to try and sleep off the night. Just get our sword ready just in case. I didn't think anything would wake us up, but just in case, why not? And we're stuck. Of course. I might move our furnace then. Since we can put it like right next to our workbench, we may as well chuck it over there. That works. Alright, and so now all of those mobs, except for the creepers and spiders, will burn to death. And we can get these creepers to suicide quite easily. And hopefully the spiders as well. Uh-oh. There we go. Now, spider is currently friendly, so although I always feel quite paranoid around them, like they're gonna skits out or something. But let's pick a fight. There we go. Because you never know when we might need that string. Alright, now the next little... I should probably get some more food. Yeah, the next little goal that I wanted to work on, I would like to make a tree farm, I think. So from now on, I think that's where I'll be getting my wood from, instead of making one tree at a time. What else don't we need? So yeah, I think we'll work on that this episode. And then that way, I'll also be working on a couple of other things today, like expanding or improving on the cobblestone generator, the wheat farm, so on and so forth. And so then that way I can do some episodes, well, not some episodes, but some. I can play the game a little bit off camera, get some things going, and you guys will know exactly where the stuff's come from, so it's not quite as boring for you guys. So, but we'll worry about that when we get to it, I think. Don't need the arrows or a flower. Might use these torches actually, because we've got our water freezing over, and this will be a bit of a temporary fix. So that torch should melt that ice. Not sure how far away a torch needs to be. It might actually be one block. So if I put a torch there, that should keep these blocks thawed out. If not, eventually I'll just cover up the water blocks, so that'll be all good. Okay. Now, I'm going to quickly collect some stone here for expanding the little island here. So I'll quickly skip over this part, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got a bit of cobblestone going now, just over 1.5 stacks, and I've completely run out of wood, so I can't make any more pickaxes, so I think this is going to have to do. Now, I think we're going to make our tree farm back behind our mushroom over here. And it's going to be an extremely simple tree farm, nothing too fancy, but it'll be nice. Be like a little bit of a backyard, I think. And I mean, we'll only start it with a couple of trees, but eventually we'll expand it and yeah, have like a nice courtyard sort of thing back here, I think, just to make the island look a little bit more homey. Although the whole thing is going to be made out of cobblestones, so it's not going to be the most pleasant place to live, but I don't know, I might mix in some stone and whatever else later on. Now, just got to think of the dimensions. Yep, that should be perfect. So, what I'm going to do, I might extend this back by one more block. Just give us a little bit more room to work with so the place isn't so claustrophobic. It's still pretty pretty claustrophobic still, but one more row. And we'll chuck a torch down as well, just so nothing spawns here when we move away too far, if and when we move away too far. And what we're going to do is 3 blocks in, sorry, either side. I'm going to place a dirt block. Then we're going to place a ring of cobble around that. I'm going to leave 2 spaces. Yep. And then another one of those. Just like so. Now I'm also going to get some half slabs made up. For now we'll just use cobblestone, but later on I'll get some stone half slabs because they look a lot nicer. Okay, and they're just going to go around the outside. And I'll replace that torch in just a moment. Okay, and so we're doing this just for ease, basically. For one, it adds a couple of layers to the island, so it makes it look a little bit nicer. But on top of that, if the trees are too close, there's a good chance that the leaves are going to I need more. Good chance that the leaves are going to grow too far over and stop the other saplings from growing. So I think we'll space the trees out a little bit like this. I hope that made sense. That made sense to me. But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean it made sense to you guys. Alright, so now that that's done, it's simple as we can place our trees down. I'll replace this torch so the tree's got enough light. And hey presto, we have a tree farm with 2 very oddly shaped trees. Okay, and by that I mean that, you know, completely different heights, but yeah. Okay, so that's our tree farm started. As I said, I'm probably going to need to add some sort of a stopper on the top eventually, but we'll get around to that at some stage, just because I don't want any giant trees growing, but could not be bothered with that for the moment. And I think I'll just let those leaves decay. In the last episode I did go around breaking the leaves, and you guys seem to share my suspicion that breaking the leaves decreases the number of saplings you get. So yeah, I'm just going to let them decay and probably lose most of my saplings off the edge, but I'll get quite a few still on the platform. Okay, gonna have to wait for that one. Yeah, that's okay. I've still got saplings, so we'll extend that platform at some stage, and that way we won't be too concerned about losing saplings over the edge. Now I'm going to quickly reclaim some of this dirt that I placed down that I didn't necessarily need to in the last episode, and didn't realize how close to the edge that was. In fact, that is the edge. Alright. Might make myself... I don't have a pickaxe. There you go, emergency pickaxe. It actually it was actually not a bad idea keeping that. Because I need some cobblestone to place underneath my feet, basically. And I probably just gave half of you guys a heart attack thinking I was going to fall into that lava there. Probably all sort of used to it by now from watching my videos, watching me set myself on fire. And I'll take this one back as well. Cool. Because as you guys know, dirt is very valuable in this challenge. It's kind of like that, was it Water World? Sea World? I don't know. I know those are both names of theme parks down here, but I'm pretty sure that's the name of a movie. And, you know, dirt becomes the currency. Okay. So that's that one done. We'll stash this wood. I know I'm running around like a bit of an ADD squirrel today, but we're getting stuff done, and that is the main thing. Now, we've only got 3 sand blocks, which is a very strange number, but I'd like to try and get some sort of a... goodbye, cactus. Get some sort of a decent cactus farm going. That was one of the things that you guys commented on in the last episode, was that you didn't like the way I'd set up that cactus farm. You didn't consider that a farm. So we're going to actually make a cactus farm. Now, again, I'm going to need to get some stone here. Although this time, I think I'm just going to speed up the video, and I'm going to talk to you guys about something that happened in the last episode that was quite controversial. So as you guys might have seen throughout this episode, I do have a thing of wheat over, or I had a thing of wheat over by my pumpkin and melon. So those of you who didn't watch the episode till the end last time wouldn't have noticed that, and you're probably one of the hundreds of people who are commenting trying to tell me how to make seeds. Now, I did say during that episode to please not tell me how to make seeds, because I hadn't actually forgotten how to make seeds. I hadn't forgotten that it was possible to make seeds. I just mentally blanked, and at the time I had no idea what I was doing. So I knew that throughout the episode I'd remember, and that was sort of why I asked you guys not to tell me, either because I'd remember during that episode and your comment would probably, you'd probably end up regretting that, or because I'd end up remembering in the next episode and I wanted to figure it out myself. I mean, everyone knows that even though it's nice every now and then to get a little bit of help, it's always a much more rewarding experience to figure things out for yourself. And so I wanted to do that on my own, figure that out myself. In the end I did, and still, despite figuring it out at the end of the episode and asking people not to comment on it, I got quite a few comments from people telling me how to make seeds. So a lot of those comments I've actually just ignored, and you guys know that almost always I respond to comments, so it's been kind of difficult for me to not respond to those comments at all. But if you were one of the people who left a comment about me about how to find seeds and you didn't get a reply, don't be offended. That's why I've asked you not to tell me, and you've gone out and done it anyway. So I don't want to be rude or anything, but yeah, I'm not going to answer hundreds of questions on something I asked you guys not to comment on. So no harm done, but please guys, in the future, if I do say not to comment on something, please don't comment on it. Alright, so that'll do for now, I think. That should be enough for us to at least put down a some sort of a cactus farm. So we'll put that over here with our other farms, I think. Since we've only got 3 blocks of sand, we don't need to be take too much room for it. And we can sort of tuck it away in a corner here. And my mouse keeps going spastic, so I think it's going to run out of battery soon, which would suck, but yeah, I need to get a new mouse and keyboard and stuff, so I'll probably be doing that soon. I actually want to get like a whole new computer, so soon as I'm able to do that, I will be. Alright, can't remember if cacti can grow like that. I think they might be able to, but I could be wrong. So we'll just test that out quickly. Yep, they can grow diagonal. Cool. Alright, in that case, well, sorry guys, just realized my sound was off. So as I was saying, I'm just going to expand this out a little bit, have a little bit of a diagonal cactus farm, I think. Just make sure I've still got ground behind me, because I would hate to fall off and lose all of this stuff. Okay. Yep, just like that. That's nice and symmetrical. I'm gonna have to remove these cacti for now, and I'll waste a couple of stone blocks. Why not? What we're gonna do is we'll raise this up a little bit by 2 blocks. Now I know I don't need to do as much as I'm doing. It's a little bit of overkill, but it'll work nonetheless, and I kind of like it. So what this is going to do, for those of you who aren't aware, cactus can't grow with a block adjacent to it. So if I was to put this cactus right next to this one, for example, they'd both break. So I'll just demonstrate that really quickly. So as you saw, by placing a block next to that cactus, it broke. And so what's going to happen here is when each of these cacti grow, this little stone part here is actually going to break that cactus off, and it's going to fall somewhere around here. Now most of the time the cactus is actually going to fall back on top of the cactus, whoops, and destroy itself, but this should hopefully yield enough cactus for our purposes. And I don't know, I think it's going to look quite nice when we get some trees in here and a couple more farms down that way. I think the cactus farm looks alright, I think. Now unfortunately guys, that's pretty much all the time we've got for today. I know it's only been 20 minutes, and the last episode was bordering on 40 minutes. But I've been quite busy recently, so I've got to keep the episodes, or try and keep the episodes as close to 20 minutes as I can. For those of you who aren't aware, I'm actually in the middle of my assessment period at the moment at university. So recently I've just done my exams, and I've still got to hand in my thesis within the next week. And that thing's basically a 10,000 word assignment, so yeah, most of you guys are going to know how much of a pain in the rear that's going to be. And that's why I haven't been posting videos recently, guys. So for those of you who have been leaving comments asking me why I haven't been posting videos, and a couple of people have actually been getting a little bit narky, that's why, guys. I've been quite busy. I have posted things on the channel's Facebook and in bulletins and whatever else. So if you haven't gone over and liked those pages and stuff, guys, definitely go over and do that. That's your best way to find out if anything's going on with my channel, like competitions, things like this, the lack of videos and whatever else. And I've also just recently got a Twitter for the channel. I haven't been advertising it at all, but yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, try and I'll put the link in the description now. I'll put it with all the Facebook and whatever else, all that other information. So yeah, definitely guys, if anything like this happens again, follow me on those social media sites and you'll sort of know what's going on. Now, I'll also, in the next day or two, hopefully, be uploading a video discussing some things that are going on with the channel. So keep an eye out for that, guys. I'll be discussing things from what's going on with Static Games HD. That's actually going to be relaunched soon as a completely different style of channel. Those of you who follow me on my Facebook will know exactly what I'm talking about. We've got the 20,000 subscriber special coming up shortly, and I'll be discussing that, as well as some possible competitions and yeah, other ways you can help out my channel, that kind of thing. Opportunities for exposure for you guys. So definitely going to be an interesting video. So keep an eye out for that. Should be up in a couple of days. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, it might be nice for you to leave a like and possibly a favorite. Other than that, guys, yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.